In NBN News, we speak with the shocked family of a young traffic controller hit by a stolen car in Newcastle. The federal opposition leader hits the hunter, and Newcastle-based surfer Tyler Wright set to live her Olympic dream. That's next.
Flying high in Paris.
Having the support of the family, it's a great feeling.
Logan Martin riding for gold. Join me in Paris for a current affair tonight.
What's your pitch? Forget the pitch. You've got an itch.
That itch could be dandruff. Silence it. Head and Shoulders removes up to 100% dandruff and itch. Head and Shoulders. Done.
New Strepsil's triple relief formula helps to soothe your sore throat, relieve a chesty cough, and chest congestion. For chesty cough relief, try Strepsils.
What is beautiful about our family is we do make effort.
It was a bit of an adventure to get there.
So we travelled 3 hours there.
It was worth it in the end. For the meeting.
Very good.
Busy home? Make the right family-friendly choices with the Choices flooring designed for living sale. Save on stylish, durable and stain-resistant carpets. Go online or visit your nearest Choices flooring showroom.
Oh no.
Hey,
Hey.
is that the McSmart meal from Macca's?
Yeah, 2 burgers, small fries and drink for $6.95.
Smart.
It's snow time at Hunter Valley Gardens. An epic ice world packed full of frosty fun for all the family. Tickets for snow time on sale now at hbt.com.au.
Sydney and Newcastle Gaslog Fire and Wood Heater Clearance Centre. Fire sale, fire sale. Gaslog Fires and Wood Heaters. Red hot fire sale. We're on fire with Australian-made wood heaters from a smoking $14.99. Red hot. Gaslog Fires from only $29.99. Australian-made heaters factory direct to the public. We're burning all prices this Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Sydney and Newcastle. NewcastleGaslogFires.com.au.
Paris is ready to light up the world. Tonight, join us live from 9's Paris HQ for a special Olympic preview.
Let's go.
The flag bearers announce the Matildas, and for the very first time, see the Paris Olympic venues. It's the final countdown. Let the games begin. Tonight, 7:30 on 9 and 9 Now.
This program brought to you by Harvey Norman, proud to be Australia's official retail partner.
We're going to go to the newsroom.
Coming up in NBN News, a young woman undergoes surgery hit by a stolen car while working as a traffic controller in Newcastle. An outpouring of support, the mid-north coast rallies behind a surfer who lost a leg in a shark attack at Port Macquarie. Schools shake up a curriculum overhaul in New South Wales. Inside the Athletes Village as we count down to the Paris Olympics. Plus, Boat v Beast, and Wales sends 2 fishermen into the sea. The details next. Tonight, a young Hunter road worker in hospital after being hit by a car chased by police.
The community rallies around the young surfer badly injured in yesterday's shark attack at Port Macquarie.
The opposition leader spruiks his nuclear plan in the Hunter amid revelations power prices have surged by nearly 25%.
2 firefighters injured as a blaze tears through a home at Port Stephens.
And Australia's Olympic flag bearers just moments away from being revealed in Paris.
This is NBN News.
Good evening. A young traffic controller is tonight undergoing surgery after being hit by an allegedly stolen car in Newcastle.
It was being chased by police who alleged the man behind the wheel was unlicensed and in possession of a prohibited drug.
Tearing through Jesmond, an allegedly stolen Mercedes-Benz with police in pursuit. leaving dust in its wake, and an injured traffic control worker.
I just heard a bunch of sirens go past and then a big bang. It's not fair that she was hit working.
20-year-old Bella Foot was working on the Newcastle inner-city bypass project when she was struck by the car just before 2 a.m. and was taken to John Hunter Hospital with a broken nose, bruising in her lung and a broken pelvis requiring surgery.
Nobody wants to get that call that their child has been hit by a car. It's the stuff of nightmares.
Police allege the SUV was stolen from Saltash, more than 30 kilometres away, with a chase sparked just moments before the traffic controller was injured on Newcastle Road after it was seen travelling over the speed limit. The 30-year-old man accused of being behind the wheel was eventually arrested in nearby Kaya Avenue. Investigation saw the major road blocked for more than 6 hours, causing headaches for morning commuters, some reporting an extra 30 minutes of travel. Tristan Robert McLaren has been charged with a string of dangerous driving offences and drug possession after police allegedly found him carrying $2,000 worth of methamphetamine. He did not apply for bail today and is due back in court in August. Bella, meanwhile, is expected to have a long recovery involving physio and occupational therapy to regain mobility.
She's a very resilient girl, and so she's sort of toughed it out a little bit this morning, but I think that's sort of starting to wear off, and the gravity of the fact that this could have been a lot worse is starting to hit home for her a little bit, I think.
Sarah Giuliano, NBN News.
Power prices have surged after a cold snap and lack of wind power saw coal and gas generators fire up again. It comes as some of our top engineers question the time frame of the opposition's nuclear plan.
In the bowels of a Sydney bar, new technology funded by government grants will keep beer cold for less.
That will help us look at the refrigeration outputs.
But with energy prices climbing, you don't want the door open too long.
We are a lucky country, rich in the resources that can fuel the renewable energy system.
But tonight, the market operator reporting wholesale energy prices were 23% higher on average in the June quarter this year compared to 2023. Lower wind speeds causing a drop in wind power, less rain saw a drop in hydro output, with gas and coal filling the void.
That if the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining, that a renewables only approach simply is inadequate.
The opposition leader in the Hunter, a coal powerhouse, he wants to see turn nuclear.
Our argument is that you need renewables, you need a lot of gas, and you need nuclear into the mid-2030s to 2040s.
But tonight, an academy of top engineers predict the smaller modular reactors, favoured by most in the coalition, won't be ready and reliable until the 2040s.
The least risky thing to do would be wait until it's proven elsewhere.
The coalition plan does not put all our eggs in the small modular reactor basket. We're looking at all nuclear technologies.
Not only more expensive, but also not going to happen for another 20 to 30 years.
That same Engineers Academy say nuclear can still happen, but Australia's limited research and development dollars need to be concentrated if we're to meet both our climate targets and our energy demands.
The only way to do that right now is to invest big time in mature renewable technologies, solar, wind, pumped hydro.
Charles Croucher, NBN News.
Mystery surrounds the disappearance of a swimmer last seen at a creek in Bigara waters on the Gold Coast. Police divers coming up empty-handed after a day-long marine, land and air search. Divers combing canals using underwater cameras. Police patrolling at first light for a woman missing since yesterday afternoon. A witness living along this canal telling police they saw the woman take off her clothes, climb over this footbridge and jump into the water. Her blue floral dress later recovered by police in that same spot.
The water was rushing under this bridge fairly quickly in a westerly direction. It does appear unusual that someone would jump into the canal at that time and then not retrieve their clothing.
The search spanning Runway Bay to Bigara waters for the woman described as Caucasian in her early 20s, as officers also follow up other leads.
A worker thought he saw what may have been a body in the water yesterday at about 4:30 just west of here. We've had another report of a female spotted on CCTV semi-naked.
Anyone with information or CCTV should contact police. Yasmin Brunel, NBN News.
Ahead of National Missing Persons Week, the sister of missing Tweed man Patrick Ledecky is calling for more support to help find her brother. The 39-year-old was last seen on April 22 near Pigabeen Road, 15 kilometres west of Tweed Heads. Nicole Ledecky is calling on tech companies to give police immediate access to online location records of missing people. Anyone with information on Patrick's whereabouts are urged to contact Crime Stoppers.
New South Wales Police and Transport for New South Wales have launched a high-visibility blitz on buses and trains to combat antisocial and criminal behaviour in the Tweed-Byron area. The 4-day operation resulted in 19 fines and 3 arrests.
We targeted buses, bus stops, bus interchanges, conducting high-visibility patrols in those areas.
Bus and train drivers have praised the initiative.
Wiped out in the 2022 floods, the old Cedars Caravan Park at West Ballina could receive a new lease on life. Byron developers are proposing to erect a $25 million 3-storey mixed precinct on the site.
Fenced off and in desperate need of some TLC.
Cedars Caravan Park has been closed since the flooding of 21-22.
But a major overhaul is on the cards. Byron developers, Planners North, proposing to build a 3-storey mixed precinct on River Street in West Ballina.
I do think that going up is better than consuming land sideways.
The proposed $25 million project features 44 live work units, 10 light industry spaces, 3 office units, a ground floor food and drink premises and car parking.
It's something, that will add to the housing supply and clean up the site.
Any property we can get into the market right now will be welcomed.
Located on a flood-prone area, the site has been assessed and is not expected to be significantly impacted by future flooding.
This development, according to the staff report, meets all the planning instruments of council.
The old caravan park once offered affordable housing for Ballina's lower income earners, but has become an eyesore since its closure.
Council approving a DA to demolish the existing infrastructure last year.
There are some buildings here that are still okay and could be repurposed. So they are going to be gifted, the developers gifting those buildings and also repurposing the building materials.
The proposed mixed development will come before council tomorrow.
This is at the entrance of our town, so it's really important that we have something that's really aesthetically pleasing.
Andrew Chu, NBN News.
The New South Wales Reconstruction Authority has requested to extend its lease at the Wollongbar Sports Fields until June 2025 to help relocate residents still relying on the site. Ballina Shire Council plans to decommission the temporary pod village by November, which has housed flood-displaced locals since 2022.
Personally, I don't see any problem with extending it up to 6 months if that will help the Reconstruction Authority find suitable permanent accommodation for those residents.
Council will review the extension request tomorrow.
More than 100 industry professionals attended a Safe Work New South Wales forum in Ballina today. The event provided practical tips to resolve issues and reduce workplace hazards across the Northern Rivers.
A full house of business leaders and health and safety professionals coming together for the Safe Work New South Wales Forum.
In New South Wales, every week, a worker loses their life to a tragic injury. This is unacceptable.
We want people to go back to their workplaces and feel empowered to ensure that their workplace is safe.
Safe Work inspectors today providing insight into the roles of health and safety representatives and the importance of effective consultation in the workplace.
We know that businesses that consult with their workers to identify and resolve health and safety risks not only make safer and healthier workplaces, but also make more productive workplaces.
Navigating workplace hazards such as falls from heights and working with electricity at the forefront of discussions, as well as emerging trends of bullying and violence.
It is vitally important, and it is the law, that businesses need to identify and address bullying and harassment in the workplace.
Making the trip from Coffs Harbour Department of Education Work Health and Safety Advisor Penny Westman.
Looking forward to the psychosocial hazards section, just looking at that new legislation and how that works with the schools. Work health and safety is everyone's business. We all want to get home safely to our families and take care of everybody.
Today's forum is the last of 9 delivered across the state since May.
We'll have a look at the forums and how valuable they've been, and we'll definitely continue to do this regionally, but also metro.
Alexandra Rees, NBN News.
Taking a quick look at the temps across the region today, it was a warm one, 22 degrees at Ballina, 23 the top at Lismore.
Still ahead in NBN News tonight, a house destroyed by fire at Port Stephens, the second this week.
Joe Biden returns to Washington to tell Americans why he's no longer running for president.
And the late mail from Paris ahead of the announcement of our Olympic flag bearers.
Oh, hey, is that the McSmart meal from Macca's? Yeah. 2 burgers, small fries and drink for $6.95. Smart. I'll get this.
ANZ Falcon technology provides fraud protection for ANZ cards. Whenever you pay, anywhere in the world. ANZ card protection, now it's personal.
Because they count on you, count on it. Australia's only 10-year warranty with 10 years cap price servicing. Mitsubishi 1010. You can count on it. What cold disturbs your falling sleep? Vicks Vapor Rub relieves cough, nasal congestion, headaches and muscle aches. They sleep, you sleep. Vicks Vapor Rub relieves full cough and cold symptoms.
The Hyundai Tucson run-out sale has just gotten bigger. Pick up a petrol variant and enjoy a factory bonus of up to $1,500 or $3,000 on diesel variants. Visit your participating Hyundai dealer.
Oh, no. Hey. Is that the McSmart meal from Macca's?
Yeah, 2 burgers, small fries and drink for $6.95.
Smart.
Not again. Why do I always bruise like a pea?
Look, it's Bruisies, the fast, easy way to assist with bruising, swelling, scars and wound healing.
Oh, I'm ripe for the picking now.
Bruisies, available from leading pharmacies and clinics. Where to from here? Will your life ever be the same? Are you getting what's fair, not just what's offered? Talk to Slater and Gordon, and we'll take it from here.
It's OMF stock take sale with massive savings on mattresses when you buy any base, bed frame or bedroom item. Plus, get up to 20% off selected bedroom furniture. OMF stock take sale ends Sunday.
Every winter, thousands of fingers go cold across the hunter. That's why for every pair of Ugbo sold at Mortels, we'll donate a pair of warm gloves to your cold fingers. Only at Mortels. NBN News, brought to you by Loving Woman, Australia's official retail partner. Powered by LG.
There's been an outpouring of support for a young mid-North Coast surfer who had his legs severed in an attack by a great white shark yesterday. The community donating big to an online fundraiser for the 23-year-old.
Airlifted to John Hunter Hospital in a desperate effort to save his leg. 23-year-old Kai McKenzie today undergoing surgery after surviving an attack by a 3-metre great white shark while surfing at Port Macquarie's North Shore yesterday morning.
It was always
a really bubbly, positive person and a great surfer. So we hope he keeps that positive spirit going. And as I said before, our surfing community is here to help him.
Kai's recovery now front of mind for members of the Mid-North Coast surfing and wider community, with an online fundraiser already raising more than $75,000. There's also been an outpouring of praise for the bystanders and emergency responders who saved his life.
Really impressive response. Really fortunate that a retired police officer near first aid and was able to create a tourniquet.
A 2.5-metre white shark was detected off Lighthouse Beach just hours before the attack, the 15th pinged this week. While in the past 2 years, Port Macquarie's smart drum lines have caught more sharks than anywhere else in the state.
They're always on edge. It seems to be happening more and more in Port Macquarie.
Almost a year ago, local surfer Toby Begg was involved in a similar attack before returning to the water months later.
Kai wasn't expecting this, and as long as he pulls through and we look after him, that's all we can hope for.
Marina Trajkovic, NBN News.
A family home at Port Stephens has been destroyed by fire. Tony Abrigetti joins us from the newsroom now. Tony, what happened?
Tash, emergency services were called to the Stephens Square at Malabula around 11 o'clock this morning. When they arrived, they saw smoke billowing from the roof and flames erupting from the back of the home. It took 25 firefighters more than 4 hours to get the blaze under control. Luckily, no one was seriously hurt, but 2 firefighters were treated for minor injuries at the scene.
We've had some roof collapse, and we are now working on containing that area and final extension in the rest of the house.
It's the second house fire at Port Stephens since Monday night. The cause of this one still under investigation. Tash?
Thank you, Tony.
The death toll from a landslide disaster in southern Ethiopia has jumped to 229. The number of victims soaring after a second landslip buried people who had raced to help survivors of the first one. The disaster was triggered by heavy rain.
Joe Biden is preparing to tell America why he is no longer running for president. The now COVID-negative leader arrived back in Washington, D.C. as a new poll delivered a positive result for Kamala Harris in the race for the top job.
The president back in public view, preparing to speak to the nation on why he quit the race.
Mr. President, what will your message be tomorrow night?
Advisors say it will be an emotional address from the heart.
Why did you drop out, Mr. President?
The 81-year-old stepping back into the White House, while the woman he endorsed was on the campaign trail in the frontline state of Wisconsin, set for a face-off with Donald Trump.
The baton is in our hands.
The new poll has her edging ahead of her Republican rival. He believes otherwise.
She should be easier than Biden. She's the same as Biden, but much more radical. She's a radical left person.
The Harris campaign attracting a record $152 million in 36 hours. The celebrity endorsement of George Clooney too. The focus on the battle for the White House, but also global politics, with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to address Congress in a few hours' time. Today, protests inside the capital over his war in Gaza.
Joe Biden will meet Benjamin Netanyahu, who'll also see Vice President and presumptive nominee Kamala Harris. But the Israeli Prime Minister is also going to hold talks with the other person wanting to call this place home, Donald Trump.
That meeting at Mar-a-Lago on Trump turf. The former president blaming the Biden-Harris administration for the attack on his life, saying it didn't properly protect me. I was forced to take a bullet for democracy. It was my great honour to do so. The boss of the Secret Service falling on her sword a day after a public grilling over the security failures of the attempted assassination.
You're full of today. You're just being completely dishonest.
The organisation now urging Donald Trump to stop holding outdoor rallies, as both sides now set their sights on the path to the White House.
Ours is a fight for the future.
At the White House, Jonathan Kersley, NBN News.
It's one of the biggest honours in sport, and we're about to find out who Australia's flag bearers will be for the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympics. Meanwhile, our swim team has now checked into the Athletes' Village, with our HQ being billed as a game changer in the quest for gold.
With a swagger and a flag, the Australian swim team strode into town. For 2 months, they've been off the grid, plotting a French invasion. Today, they brought a friend to Paris, and the chef de mission issued the orders.
So, go Dolphins, let's go Aussies, and have a good one.
They are a headline act in Australian sport, but in the Athletes' Village, the swimmers are part of an Olympic family. And it was time to renew old friendships over a coffee all the way from home.
When you see the delight on the face of the athletes who've been travelling for a couple of months, and they come in and it's the taste of home.
Australian HQ offers everything you need if you're chasing gold.
Pretty much on the go from day one and fully booked out.
7 full-time physios are massaging their magic around the clock.
By far the best out of any country here. We've got the best setup, so we're ready to get out there and rip in.
Down the corridor, a doctor's clinic, fitted out with a COVID testing kit, and it's already paid dividends.
We can get results within 45 minutes of taking a sample.
It detected a COVID scare in our women's water polo team, and the masks were back. If you look around here, it's as if the whole world is living under the one roof and everyone wants to win. And even before the starters gun has fired, Australia has found itself in the driver's seat, and it knows it. With the Netherlands next door, the Aussies feel right at home. And you know you have to leave here, don't you?
I know, it's devastating. I don't want to leave. I've got free food. I'm with my friends all the time. It's awesome.
A kitchen full of favourites.
We just got here and I just come down. It's Taco Tuesday today, so I grabbed a few tacos.
And a heavyweight boxer, not just hungry for gold.
My plan here is just to prove to everyone that I'm the best fighter in the world, and I'm going to do that.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Well, I don't think anyone is, to be honest.
Across town, organisers had every athlete here licking their lips. Bronze, silver and gold, medals made from old iron fragments from the Eiffel Tower. Back at the village, beds okay?
Beds are a bit firm. Yeah. That's right, we're working on that one.
5-time Olympian Melissa Wu is a village veteran. How do you rate it?
I rate it. It's good. It's a little bit smaller than other villages maybe, but it's good. You still have enough space and the rooms are really good.
It's been cool like going and seeing all the other countries and just coming back and knowing that we've got the best setup for sure.
So, maybe an early gold. Let the games begin.
You bet. And Damien Ryan joins us live now from Paris ahead of the flag bearer announcement. Damo, which athletes are tipped for this honour?
Well, Tash, obviously Jess Fox is a serious contender. She's not only the queen of canoe, she is the matriarch of this team. Others in the mix, 5 times Olympian, diver Melissa Wu and hockey great Eddie Ockington, they've got to be there. And we do know one thing, that their teammates have been let in on this secret, sparking early celebrations, which is great. Also down here on the famous River Seine, the preparations are continuing for the opening ceremony. We've heard also that singers Celine Dion and Lady Gaga are in town, sparking speculation they may play a part in the opening night. Tash?
Thanks so much, Dano.
The Australian Embassy in Paris has welcomed our men's rugby sevens team and their families, presenting them with jerseys in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower. And there's one thing making these games extra special for athletes.
Well, particularly after Tokyo, it was a bit weird playing in an empty stadium and not having the people that I love the most there to be able to watch. So to have them here is super special for me.
The men will be the first of our athletes to compete, with their match against Samoa starting in just a few hours.
Coming up next, how did they survive the moment an out-of-control car rolled onto 2 people?
And a wayward whale sends some fishermen flying.
Warming's better on a better mobile network, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, are we cooking right now? Like the way food cooks, is what I mean? We're cooking?
Now's the time to get into the Mazda BT50 XT from $49,990 ABN Drive Away. Or the BT50 SP, now from $64,670 ABN Drive Away. Visit your local dealer and drive away today.
Oh. Hey, is that the McSmart meal from Macca's?
Yeah. 2 burgers, small fries and drink for $6.95. Smart.
The satisfying anytime snack. Do you drink soup, worried? Is it still a tea break if it's soup? Never heard of a soup break. Who am I even talking to?
Don't overthink it. Snack it. Did you know that when an ordinary garage door is shut, it's not actually locked? So, to keep the things in your garage safe, you could protect them with one of these. Or you could just get a B&D garage door. With over 60 years of innovation and features like our auto lock system, you can be sure that with a B&D door, your garage isn't just shut, it can be locked shut. So ask yourself, is your garage as safe as can B&D?
You can earn Medibank Live Better rewards points by stepping, fast stepping, guzzling, or falling, and that thing. And you could redeem your Live Better rewards points to save on your premium. Live better with Medibank.
Tax cuts are here, and people will now start to see them in their take-home pay. The Australian government's tax cuts are for every taxpayer, helping Australians keep more of what they earn. Visit taxcuts.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
These financial pressures today with the leading 6.6 kilowatt premium Sunburst solar system held to a discounted $36.91 with potential lifetime returns over $50,000. Limited extension July only.
For 1300 Sunbursts today.
The Nick Scully Winter Sale ends Sunday with up to 50% off selected designer furniture. Save up to 50% at the Winter Sale. Ends Sunday at Nick Scully.
At Tank World, we're going for gold. Be first across the line and get an amazing deal. Like our 23 650-litre tank from only $24.95. Gold medal deals must end August 12th. Think Tank World. 1-800-68-69-70.
Take control of your future with our award-winning budget home loan. You could transform your dreams into reality. We're here to help people thrive. Talk to us or visit us at themutual.com.au.
9 News, brought to you by Qantas, proudly supporting our Australian Olympic and Paralympic teams all the way to Paris.
Returning to our earlier story, and Peter Dutton didn't travel to the Hunter alone today, with Nationals MP Barnaby Joyce making a trip south to sway voters who may soon be added to his electorate. The duo confident they've got the backing of the community to go nuclear, something the current member denies.
A show of unity from the coalition, visiting Muswellbrook and spruiking a plan for nuclear power.
If you don't have baseload power and haven't got the ability to keep the lights on, the industry won't stay.
A month ago, Peter Dutton named the Liddell Power Station as one of 7 nuclear sites across the country.
There is a lot of support here on the ground in Muswellbrook for nuclear energy. What a joke. It's 5 weeks he's left people of the Hunter hanging and not even talking about it. No community consultation, no nothing there. What a disgrace that is, and he can just take his nuclear fantasy and go away with it.
Today, the coalition held a roundtable with local councillors and business leaders and toured a steel supplier on the outskirts of town.
Our analysis is that we can have nuclear into the system 2035 to 2037.
We cannot build nuclear, even if you wanted to, in that time frame. We don't have any processing, we don't have a regulation system.
Mr Dutton also promising his plan will deliver cheaper power, but stopping short of providing costs or prices.
I just think there's a much better way, and we'll have more to say in relation to costings in due course.
AGL, who owns Liddell Power Station, has ruled out any switch to nuclear. But Peter Dutton says if he becomes Prime Minister, he'll take that choice away.
Then we will acquire those sites, and the Commonwealth has power to be able to do that.
Labor's concern the coalition's idea will undermine plans to transform Liddell into a renewable energy hub.
We've got thousands of jobs planned at Liddell Power Station already. Peter Dutton wants to come and rip those jobs straight out of the Hunter. What a kick in the gut.
Tony Ambrogetti, NBN News.
Deja vu for drivers at Clarence Town, with the Brigo Johnston Bridge closed again today, this time after a large load came off the back of a truck. It was shut for 4 hours as Transport for New South Wales worked to remove the timber trusses and assess the damage. The bridge had to be closed for weeks last year after being damaged by an overhyped truck. Dungog Council recently received more than $20 million in government funding to construct a new span. Port Stephens Council is pushing the state government to speed up efforts to improve a notorious Pacific Highway intersection. Truck movements are set to increase on Italia Road near Raymond Terrace, which feeds into the highway.
According to Port Stephens residents, Italia Road has become a noisy and at times dangerous stretch not made for current demand, and where it meets the Pacific Highway is even worse.
It's really just a disaster waiting to happen, trying to negotiate that.
Well, the fear is that at some point someone's going to die.
Trucks currently use the road to access Borrell's Quarry, while another one by Eagleton Rock Syndicate has been given conditional approval to operate in nearby Barley Ranch Way.
Residents hold serious concerns over the current state of the road, with the new quarry set to add hundreds more truck movements each week, on top of close to 1,000 for the existing one.
There are calls to upgrade the road itself, while Transport for New South Wales is looking at building a flyover where it meets the Pacific Highway.
The safety of road users is one of the most important things for our community. Making sure that families can get to and from home in the safest way possible is absolutely critical.
Plans are yet to be released and funding hasn't been locked in. Council last night calling on the state government to do both.
This is just a matter of making it clear to them that the local council thinks it's a priority and asking them to accelerate their plans.
While residents have an additional item on their wish list.
There needs to be some real strategic planning about where to put these quarries, not just to approve every quarry application that comes along.
Lauren Kemp, NBN News.
In breaking news, 18 people are dead after a plane crashed during takeoff in Nepal. The aircraft bursting into flames at the international airport in Kathmandu. 2 crew and 17 airline technicians were on board the domestic flight. The pilot was pulled from the wreckage alive and has been taken to hospital. Hit from behind with no time to react, 2 pedestrians have survived this car rollover in the US. A pole from an old payphone, changing the angle of the vehicle just enough to spare the couple from the full force of the impact. Newcastle and Lake Macquarie are facing a baby recession, according to a new study. Analysis by KPMG found the 2 cities saw 4,270 births in 2023, down slightly on 4,300 pre-pandemic. It comes as births right across the country fall by 4.6% year on year.
Looked at sort of the number of births in 2023 and compared that to sort of previous years, and the drop-off we saw in the number of births over the past 12 months was kind of the biggest decline in the number of births since sort of the 1970s.
KPMG says the figures show a sea and tree change baby boom for the region is over.
To finance, and the Australian dollar has dived again on the back of more concerns out of China. Dougal Beattie reports.
The Aussie dollar fell for an 8th session today, dipping below 66 US cents. It's the longest stretch of losses since August last year, fueled by concern around Chinese demand for our metals. Our dollar eased against most of the other major currencies. The Australian share market ended flat after a weak lead from Wall Street, where Tesla revealed a second quarter profit that missed expectations. Flight Centre tumbled 4.5% on the back of revised earning guidance that failed to impress, while both Wesfarmers and JB Hi-Fi touched record highs for the second day running.
A day's fishing nearly ended in disaster when a whale suddenly breached and landed on a boat in the US state of New Hampshire. The impact sent 2 men overboard while the vessel overturned. Thankfully, the teenagers who filmed this video quickly leapt into action and pulled them from the water. Quite a story.
Absolutely. Well, Adam Murray is here with sport.
Adam, we saw a rare side of Ivan Cleary today.
Good evening, guys. He's usually quite reserved, but today he revealed just how proud he is of son Nathan and his determination to return from injury. Plus, all eyes on Newcastle's Tory Lewis as our athletics team chases gold, and Australia's men's 8 out to make history.
Shut up and take my money.
Thanks to Light and Easy, managing your weight and enjoying a healthier life has never been easier.
The flexibility of Light and Easy is good because it works for everyone. Jumpstart Pro really worked for me. You don't have to count calories, it's all there and you see results straight away.
Trailblazers, wildcards, middle-arm maestros. No one dictates their doom. Armed with nothing more than a trolley token, marching to the beat of their own wallets. They've got groceries in the bag. They're Aldi to the core. Aldi, not different. For over 10 years, Dulux has protected Australian surf lifesaving clubs, buildings that have survived every Nippers graduation, every scorching day, and every stormy night. Because nothing survives like Weather Shield. Worth doing, worth Dulux.
Bring home something exciting. The Volkswagen T-Roc is in stock. Now with an exceptional factory bonus offer across a wide range. Volkswagen.
Bye. Shut up and take my money.
You must come with quite the dowry. Discover how easy it is to add extra living space with an exquisite glass room, patio or opening roof. Organise a free design proposal today and unlock your home's real potential with Patio Room.
The greatest Sydney Caravan Camping and Leisure Roadshow.
This weekend only. Major brands including Jayco, Crusader, Snowy River, Avan, Millard, Avita, Vibe, Jawa, Oz Off-Road and Nova.
Look, compare and buy at show-only prices.
Plus tons of accessories and gadgets.
Friday to Sunday, Hawkesbury Showground, Clarendon.
You could get up to $5,000 cash back when you switch your home loan to IMB Bank. Get a great low rate with no application fee, no monthly or annual fee. All the time it takes to whip up a stir-fry. IMB Bank, right by you.
Ivan Cleary has given a rare insight into how proud he is of son Nathan after the Panthers' halfback's stunning return from injury. The coach revealing the lengths Nathan went to ensure he was primed to return.
The Prince of Penrith putting his golden boot back to work. Father Ivan still proud as punch after Nathan nailed another match-winning moment.
Do you allow yourself to then go home, sit back, reflect on what he did in that big moment? Yeah, I actually got a feeling of that, sense of that as it happened. Like, he's obviously a player, but as my son, particularly him being out for so long. And when he was injured initially, I hadn't seen him that disappointed for a long time. So his dad, and I was pretty proud and pretty stoked for him.
Sidelined for 10 weeks with more hamstring trouble, Nathan left no stone unturned during his rehab.
He's certainly played around with his diet again this time and looked into every single thing he can find to make sure that he's gives himself the best chance to stay on the field.
In a knee brace, Dylan Edwards will miss the next few weeks. Next year, the Panthers will miss Jerome Luai. The 5'8's impending exit, the perfect motivator for a 4th straight premiership.
Well, it's definitely inspired us in other ways before, the last couple of years, particularly Nat and Romy. It's the last sort of rites of a very long combination.
Ivan praising Luai's progress in Nathan's absence after questioning if Romy was ready to be a chief playmaker.
I think Jerome's gone to new levels this year.
Zach Bailey, NBN News.
The Seagulls won back-to-back games at Brookvale against the Knights and Titans, but no, this weekend's clash with the Roosters will be an even tougher task. The winner of Saturday's match will finish the round inside the top 4. 30 years since he guided the Green Machine to their last premiership, Mal Meninga is returning to work at the Raiders. The club legend believes he can change players' perceptions about living in Canberra.
I came here to play rugby league, but I fell in love with the city, and if Cole's your only problem with living anywhere, I think you're mistaken.
Meninga will work with Raiders recruitment, pathways and mentoring while still coaching the Kangaroos. The Australian athletics team has been given a clean bill of health after a sickness scare. With all members now out of isolation, they can focus on their dream of winning Olympic medals.
Montpellier in the south of France is known as the Gifted City. A fitting training base for our gifted Aussie track and field team ahead of the Games. 19-year-old Tori Lewis has been the breakout star. She upset American sprint sensation Sha'Carri Richardson in the 200 in April. But her real inspiration is her single mum.
She's just so strong, she's independent, she's one of the most hard-working women I know, and so if I can apply myself to track as she applies herself to life, then I will be great.
Jessica Hull is also in devastating form. She broke the world record for the 2,000 metres this month.
Watch the clock here, she's going to smash the world record.
And while the 1,500 is the Olympic event, it's given her plenty of belief.
I mean, it is an off distance, but it's still a world record, and I think it's a mark that's now back on the map, and we'll see some women have a go at it over the next few years. But for right now, I have the world record, and it's pretty cool to be a little world record holder, even in a different distance.
The Aussies are just as dangerous in the field. Mackenzie Little juggles the javelin while also working as a doctor in Sydney, training before starting night shift.
Do the patients know who's treating them? On occasion, you know, a patient will wait for a quiet moment and look me in the eye and say, I know who you are.
Rowan Browning, also known as the Flying Mullet, shot to fame making the semi-final of the 100 metres in Tokyo. But while he's badly out of form and barely made the team, it's the final or bust.
You need to be in the final to sort of be in the game, you know, you need to be in the top 8 to have a shot at a medal. Like that's why you do the sport, that's what gets you out of bed every morning. So
Montpellier will be home to our athletics team for another week. They'll then head into Paris, into the village in stages. But because their competition is held at
the end of the day, we're compete, and you know I have a job to do, and I'll be able to go to the closing ceremony, so I'm not too bummed about it.
It might not be the real thing, but if anyone is able to make it work, the Aussies can.
But instead of wings, it'll be oars, which is break. Metal Spencer Turren and a female skip.
Now, with so far promising results. 3 of the 4 gold medalists from Tokyo's Coxless 4 have been transplanted into this team, and they're planning to break the 124-year drought.
The margins tend to be so small from, you know, last place to first place.
The best result we've had in the event is silver in 68 and 2000. So this Games will have 8 Aussie men hoping to row into history, led by a woman who's made it.
I'm a pretty calm, logical person, so I bring a lot of calm focus to the boat.
Kendall Brodie became the first Australian woman to cox a men's boat back in 2018 after allowing women into the fold.
It's knowing which strings to pull on at the right time. Sometimes it's the whip, sometimes it's the carrot.
Really smooth there, beautiful ride from the Australians. Kendall Brodie, the coxswain there.
What do they need to do to win? Row fast. Can't give away all my secrets, but yeah, do the same thing at the same time for 2,000 metres and get the job done.
And achieve something which has never been done before. In Paris, Alison Petrowski, NBN News.
Next, an NBN News exclusive. Aussie Olympian Tyler Wright opens up about the only break that scares her.
Ford has a head-turning new arrival, Ranger Black Edition, with black 17-inch alloys and side steps, long sports bar, bedliner and cargo management system, starting from just $57,990 drive away.
Oh, would you? A quick trip to the doctor and a dose of children's Panadol. Now look at him. Watch out, Mum. Go Logan. Help them back to their awesome best with children's Panadol.
Sale ends Sunday. You could get up to $4,000 cash back when you switch your home loan to INB Bank. Get a great loan, no application or annual fee. The time it takes to whip up a stir fry. INB Bank, right by you. This report brought to you by Serena Tuna. Nothing compares.
She's won 2 world titles, but Aussie surfer Tyler Wright says she only now feels qualified for the job. The Newcastle-based Olympian sat down with reporter Montana Clare before flying out to make her Games debut in Tahiti, giving an insight into the surgery that's changed her life.
She's tackled Pipeline and dominated Bells, but even Tyler Wright balks at the notorious break in Tahiti.
Chopu is the only wave that I'm scared of on the planet.
Labelled the Wall of Skulls, Chopu is a big wave that smashes onto a shallow reef. And come Sunday, Wright will be among those looking to tame it when she dons the green and gold.
It's disrespecting Chopu as she is, and just knowing that it's not really a wave you want to kind of mess around and find out with. You want to always be respectful, you want to always be really kind of in tune to what she's doing.
Her strong, powerful style lends itself to the break, and while winning is the goal, after 13 years on the world tour, Wright knows the race for Olympic gold is wide open.
Outcomes aren't really guaranteed in our sport, I think, and that's something, you know, you learn when you're really young in this sport. But at the end of the day, it's not coming down to who's the strongest, who's the fittest, who's the best. It's coming down to game plan, strategy, wave selection, Mother Nature as well, to go out and really back yourself in critical moments, and how you show up and the level of effort you put into those moments, I do think carries more weight than gold.
The two-time world champion believes she's only now performing at her peak after undergoing surgery to improve her airways.
Competing under-oxygenated, living under-oxygenated, so every time I talk I'd get headaches and a sore throat. So if I talk for over 30 minutes to an hour, that's essentially like I'd have these crazy headaches, and it's honestly changed my life, because I feel like my airways now is like a regular average person's airway, where I can breathe, I can sleep now, and I haven't slept in years. All the doctors are just like, what do you do? And I'm like, oh, I do this, and they're just like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
But the insertion of 7 screws into her skull last November wasn't without its risks heading into an Olympic year.
But the doctors are like, look, if you don't get this done,
turn that off.
You're not even going to be able to maintain what you're maintaining right now. You're not going to be able to get there.
The Newcastle local excited by her new potential.
I love competing, I love doing it, and like it's honestly just kind of fun. And like for the first time ever, I feel like I'm qualified enough to be doing this job, and I'm in a good headspace to be doing this job.
Montana Clare, NBN News.
An injury to New Zealand striker Riley Bidwa has seen the Jets' Lachlan Bayless caught into the Kiwis' 18-strong Olympic squad. The forward was originally named as a travelling reserve, but has now a chance to make his games debut in the Ollie Whites' opening match against Guinea tomorrow. The high-flying Magpies had to settle for a draw in last night's NPLW catch-up game against Azuri. Charlestown looked set to take the win after Ella Joyce and Sarah Halverson gave it a 2-goal advantage. But Maitland fired back in the second half. Bronte Peel bagging a brace. When it comes to determination, the Knights' Rima Butler has it in spades. The forward has been named on the bench for Newcastle's season opener after impressing coach Ben Jeffries in reserve grade, but finding her way into the side is nothing new.
In the thick of the action on grand final day, it's hard to believe that weeks earlier, Rima Butler had surgery on her hand.
I think I played the first five rounds. I got injured in the Broncos round and broke my thumb, and I didn't even realise I broke it. I just thought I dislocated it.
That's where her season should have ended, but Butler knew Newcastle was building towards something special.
To Rima Butler, who makes contact and keeps going forward.
And fought her way back to return for the business end.
I just was like, I'm not quitting after that. I was like, I wanted to make it back for finals because I knew, well, I had the faith in our team. I knew we could make the finals, and then I made it back for semis in the grand, so I was cheering.
And the 26-year-old has faith the Knights can do it again.
We've levelled up this year. Like, we know that we can't stay how we were last year because everyone else is going to level up as well, so I know we need to as well, and we're doing that and we're looking good.
Butler says the key will be coming out hard and fast against the Roosters, a side out for revenge after a 16-point loss at McDonald Jones Stadium last season.
We know as a team and as a collective that we need to be better, so we're going to do as good as we can. I think we'll still surprise people with what we bring out.
Sophie Scanlon, NBN News.
The Cardiff Hawks will head down the M1 this weekend for a top-of-the-table Black Diamond AFL clash. The match with Terrigal Avoca, a dress rehearsal for next month's final series. Only 4 and again separates the top 4 this season, and with 3 rounds left, the Hawks are ready to fly the coop.
Everyone can beat everyone. We've all shown it. Everyone's got, one win, one loss against each other as well, so it's pretty tight. Every win's just as important. I don't think we can afford to lose one. We sort of want top spot. We want to get that home final and try and get that little bit of advantage.
It's been a long time between drinks for the Hawks. Their last Black Diamond Cup crown came back in 2006. At the time, it was their 3rd straight flag.
Half the field was a puddle and it was a wet game and we were sliding down the hills on the side on boogie boards by then.
Having lacked depth in years gone by, it's been restored thanks to an influx of rising stars like Tasmania's Tahi Brain.
These last 3 games going into it, really important for confidence, get the boys up and about. Hopefully, walk away with a couple of wins at least. Just will be good before finals,
On Saturday, Cardiff takes on competition powerhouse Terrigal Avoca in Panthers territory at Hilton Moore Oval.
They're always a strong side. We've been up the top for 20 years or since I remember. So we get to play them anywhere. It's going to be hard, especially on their home deck.
I think this is what you call a blockbuster.
Looks that way. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam. Stay with us after the break. We'll take a closer look at all the local weather details.
Flying high in Paris.
Having the support of the family, it's a great feeling.
Logan Martin riding for gold. Join me in Paris for a current affair next.
What's your pitch? Forget the pitch. You've got an itch.
That itch could be dandruff. Silence it. Head & Shoulders removes up to 100% dandruff and itch. Head & Shoulders.
Bring home something exciting. The Volkswagen T-Roc is in stock. Now with an exceptional factory bonus offer across a wide range. Volkswagen.
Bye.
Turn that off, please.
Money.
Retinol 24 is Australia's #1 retinol range. Olay cream hydrates better than $100 retinol products. Renews and resurfaces while you sleep. Wake up to plumper, younger looking skin. Olay Retinol 24. So, you want to make an entrance? It's important to move with purpose. Take in your surroundings. Signal your intention. And enter with poise. Because how you arrive leaves a lasting impression. Arrive in the first ever Lexus LBX.
Y'all ready for something new? Me and you, old Cottrill with his burgers and fries. They got more flavors than you tasted or you heard in your life. Yummy. Ain't only restaurants anymore. We can go bananas at the grocery store. I'm a bad girl, but my takeout better. Need dude, I could cop a taco platter. And my sushi trainers on new. When you get slick, what you gon' do? Did somebody say you love?
Get into Anaconda for the best value snow gear with $49.99 adult snow jackets and pants and $39.99 kids snow jackets and pants. Gear up the whole family this winter. Play more and pay less. Anaconda!
Jack Summers was one of his 20s to buy a new engagement ring. Today, it's his turn for a surprise. I'll be back right by you.
Northern New South Wales football premier competitions are back this weekend. Catch a match live and enjoy all the action. Details at northernnewsouthwalesfootball.com.au.
Oh, turn it down, please.
An early taste of spring today as we enjoyed a wave of winter warmth with temperatures climbing across most of the state. And the unseasonal weather is all because of a warm air mass which is sweeping across northern New South Wales. But we are starting to see a few showers move into some parts of the country. The heaviest falls at this stage are around WA and South Australia, thanks to a widespread cold front. Tomorrow, and a cold front in the Bight will deliver gusty winds and rain to Tasmania, Victoria and southern New South Wales. And that will see temps plummet yet again over the coming days, and we could see a light dusting of snow across the Alps as well. Another chilly morning, but it warmed up nicely across the Hunter for our Wednesday with a beautiful sunny day. 20 the top at Nobby's Head, 20 also at Maitland, down to 3 degrees at Tokau, 9 degrees low at Nora Head and a top of 19, ranging between 5 and 20 at Singleton, -2 the low at Scone. Tomorrow it's said to be even warmer with temps in the low 20s across most parts, a little bit of cloud around, 20 the top at Nelson Bay, 22 at Raymond Terrace, ranging between 6 and 21 at Cessnock, 22 the top expected at Singleton. Coastal waters information now sees 2 metres with a 1 metre swell off the Hunter coast. The sun, it's up at 6:47 and it will set at 12 minutes past 5. All right, let's take a look at the 7-day outlook now for Newcastle and enjoy the sunshine. Overcast conditions are set to move in with some showers as well. Up to 7 mils of rain expected on Friday and a top of 20 degrees, 22 on Saturday. Cooling off on Sunday and Monday, a top of 17 degrees. Scone, chilly conditions are set to continue in the mornings with some showers likely. Heavy falls on Friday between 3 and 15 mils, easing on Saturday up to 5 mils. And Gosford, 22 the top expected on Thursday. Showers likely between 1 and 8 mils of rain on Friday. All right, let's enjoy the spring weather while we can. Winter will be back before we know it.
Hey, I'm enjoying it. Thank you, Tyson. That is NBN News. A current affair is next. Don't forget that live announcement of our flag bearers in Let the Games Begin at 7:30.
Thanks for your company from all the team here.
Good night.
Good night.